Hello, this is your host, Dr. Barbara Hales, with another episode of Marketing Tips for Doctors. Today, we have an interesting person by the name of Sophie Lechner. Sophie, I heard that you were a maven for LinkedIn. Could you tell us a little bit about your services and how that happened?
Sure. Yeah. So I first signed up for LinkedIn when it first came out in 2002. Well, we used to say 2005. And I've used it ever since. I absolutely love it because you get to meet people from all across the world and all across, areas of expertise and industries, etc. And 3 years ago, I've been helping people with LinkedIn throughout that time. But then 3 years ago, I decided to, much encouraged by all my friends and colleagues, they said, you should be a LinkedIn coach. And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And actually I started getting clients and it took off. So that's what I do. And I specialize in solopreneurs. So basically solopreneurs, anybody who's an independent professional counts as a solopreneur, right? Like even if you have a little bit of staff under you, like you're the business, right? The business is you. That's who I serve. And I help solopreneurs to find their audience and connect with their audience, engage with them, spread their message, and grow their business through that.
What did you do professionally, Sophie, before LinkedIn?
So I have done a bunch of things because I've been around for a while. So I had a 20-year, well, even before that, I was a lawyer initially. Then I had a 20-year career in global marketing with big Fortune 500 companies. And then I decided to become an entrepreneur in 2012. And I actually started a business to help mid-sized companies do business globally. So learning to, export to other countries. And then I specialized more into companies from abroad and helping them come and do business in the US. And I want to say in 2016, there was less and less sort of willingness to do business with the US. There were a few things going on that sort of slowed down the whole, willingness to do business globally. And then the pandemic. And so all in all, my business was very slow growing and it did not survive any of those things. And so I decided to switch and really focus in on something that I absolutely love doing. And that's more one-on-one, more intimate, helping with LinkedIn. So yeah, that's the story.
Well, that's very impressive, Sophie. So when someone is not currently on LinkedIn, do you help them with their profile and explain how to put out their profile picture and how the process works?
Yeah.
What is it that you say to a newbie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the profile is the first thing to do, and I actually spend quite a bit of time with my clients, telling them, helping them to sort of dig out of themselves all the information that you want to put out there, because it's a lot more than a resume, right? It's not just like, oh, I've done this, this, and that. It's really you want to have come across your passion for what you do, who you serve, how you serve them, and what it is that makes you different. And at the end of the day, what makes you different is your story, how you came to it, and why you're passionate about it. So that's the first thing to do. And then you want to be creating content, and it doesn't have to be these long articles, right? Just short posts about your audience. What are they going through? What, would be helpful for them to know? And, a lot of people get frozen about writing content, but just speak to your client, And that's the key to it, right? Is just help your client before they become your client. And that will open the floodgates to all the things you have to say, because we have a lot of things to say, right? That's why we do what we do.
How do you advise them to be able to connect with their ideal market?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there are coaches, LinkedIn coaches who teach all about writing direct messages and really promoting yourself that way and sort of reaching out that way. I'm not a proponent of that. My program is called the Magnet Method because it's all about creating the presence that you need to have and then attracting your clients and your prospects to you. And so for me, it's all about the content and really writing these short posts that are going to be visible to as many people as possible, and then really engaging with the people that are reading them, and having those conversations through the comments so that you can really engage in that conversation back and forth and then invite those people to get on a call. So that's the way I teach it.
Do you find that having videos are helpful more so than the written word?
I think it's great to have variety. I think it's great to write, posts that have an image with them and then to do some videos occasionally or a lot, like just having some variety. I think video is important to have your audience get this feel of who you are and how you talk, how you express yourself, and sort of it increases that know, like, and trust factor really fast. So I think at some point it's important to have some video, but if you're more comfortable on video than with the written word, definitely have that be the crux of your content strategy for sure.
What are 2 tips that you could give to the people that are listening in today?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say to make sure that you look at LinkedIn as a place where you can have thoughtful conversations or conversations with people, right? Like real people, as opposed to a marketing tool where you have to get X, Y, and Z done every day or every week, right? So doing it sort of in a rote fashion is not really going to bring you the results you need. It's when you go in there with an open, curious mind and interested in engaging in conversations, that's when things are going to start happening. And when I say happening, meaning that it will generate conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And conversations are the way we do business. At the end of the day, no matter how you get to the conversations, whether it's in-person networking or other ways, you're going to be needing to have conversations with humans to get to your clients, either directly or indirectly. So that's why I love LinkedIn, because you really can get into conversations with people.
What is the link between you and Audrey Hepburn?
I'm a big fan. So I've seen all her movies multiple times. I have all her books, all the books that have been written about her, and mostly picture books. And I have posters of her all over my house.
I'm a fan too, so I certainly can understand
Oh,
that.
there you go. Yeah.
If our listeners would like to discuss LinkedIn further with you, how do they get in touch with you?
The easiest is to find me on LinkedIn. And you just go to the search bar and search my name, Sophie, and then Lechnер, and I will come up. And the best is to connect with me, and I will be very happy to get on a call and we can chat. It doesn't have to be a sales call. We can chat about what you need, what your goals are, what you're looking for. And then if there's a match, I'll suggest what I have. But mostly I like to really offer some coaching and tell people the best next steps that they can take to grow their LinkedIn.
That's great. Well, it was a pleasure having you with us today, Sophie.
Thanks. Same here. Thanks for having me, Barbara. I appreciate it.
You've been listening to another episode of Marketing Tips for Doctors with your host, Dr. Barbara Hales. Till next time.